So, at the end of the last video, what I was talking about is how grateful I am that I've been given this new chance at life. And like I said, I thought I was dying in 2018 when I had cancer the first time. And then I was diagnosed with severe depression and severe anxiety when I was healed. Of course I was. And, I've written books about this, so I don't need to get into the whole story of how it all worked over and over and over. But the point is, I was faced with some major challenges after that one. That one was just the fucking icing. That one was just like scratching the tip of the iceberg. Because years later, I actually was diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer, which meant I needed 16 more rounds of chemo and surgery, including a double mastectomy. But here's the thing. I just keep reflecting on what I've learned through these years and what has kept me going, kept me alive, but also kept me happy and kept me healing, was being present in the moment. And when I say present in the moment, what I mean is being here with what is. Because some days we're really fucking angry, and we have a right to be angry because shit is going on in our lives. But the point is to express your anger. And like I said, I've written 12 books now in the last however many years, like 6 years, I think. But when you read my books, you see that what it is a very open and honest. It was actually journals that I had kept through my cancer journeys. It was a blog, I think, that I started, and then I just turned it into a book. But my first chapter in my book about my breast cancer was called What the Fucking Fuck, because that's all I could think of. It wasn't such a big deal when I got diagnosed with breast cancer, but when I found out that I needed 16 rounds of chemo after 3 rounds almost killed me, that's all I could think of is what the fucking fuck? How the fuck can this be happening after I just healed through it? I just healed the severe depression and severe anxiety that I was diagnosed with. It took a lot of fucking time and a lot of fucking work to really get to the place where depression and anxiety were not taking control of my life and debilitating my life and ruining my life. And now I'm getting diagnosed with another fucking cancer, which means I need more chemo, more surgery, Anyway, but the point is, I expressed my anger. And when I would sit down and write, and just write very openly and honestly, I didn't ever expect anybody to read my words, so I didn't fucking care what I was saying. I was just open, and anybody that knows me knows that I do not hold back when I'm venting. I just don't. I let it all the fuck out. And when I was letting it out, what I realized is every time I expressed my anger, I actually let it out. And I would always find peace on the other side. And I was always really surprised at how grateful I was. Like, when I let out the anger and really, really expressed it, I was always like, okay, but I have this and I have that, and my kids are doing well, and I can do this today. Like, I always found things that I could be grateful for. So that's what I'm really recognizing that I have been practicing through these years is I'm calling it emotional and mental well-being. And I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know if that's what I want to keep calling it. But when you can express and feel and allow and lean in and face your emotions, you always get to the other side of them, which means you get to experience the divine truth, which really is who we truly are. We truly are joy. We truly are peace. We truly are love. if we did not have belief systems that had been programmed about life, people, ourselves, relationships, whatever it may be, if we did not have those belief systems programmed, we would be fine. There's actually a book by Jill Bolte Taylor that she wrote, and she had a stroke, and it was the left part of her brain that shut down, and she only had the use of the right side of her brain. Well, when you read that book, it's like, holy shit. When we're talking about the right side of the brain, that's the part of the brain that keeps us present in this moment. And we're not accessing the past and what we've learned about life. And we're not looking at the future about, worrying or thinking that we need things in order to be happy. We're just here. And when we're just here, we experience these beautiful emotions of joy and peace, and we just see that everything is for a purpose, on purpose. We feel grateful. We become humble. Like, we're just present. We see the truth, and we seek the truth, and we accept the truth, and we process the truth. But what happens is, and the reason that I started this out talking about church was because that is what I believe Jesus was talking about when he keeps talking about, the spirit within and heaven. It's not a place that we go. I mean, it could be a place we go after we die, but very importantly, it's actually a place that we get to reach throughout our day, but it's our choice. And a lot of people are so destructive. They're really destructive with their time. And what I mean by that is they don't pay attention to the moment. They don't engage in the moment. They believe, like when they feel anxious, they believe they're anxious and they stay anxious. And when they're angry, they believe that they're angry and they stay angry. And how they stay in these states of being is they keep ruminating on the same fucking thoughts. They keep believing the thoughts. Our thoughts generate our emotions. And that, to me, is what the Bible calls sin, is turning from God. When you read the story of the Garden of Eden, that story, to me, is so fucking brilliant because it's talking about what happened to Adam and Eve when they turned from God. I don't believe they were punished. I don't believe all that happened, but I believed what happened was they suffered. They suffered because they decided to do it without God. And that's what I believe we're doing when we're believing all of these thoughts instead of engaging in the moment. And so this is what I got really, really good at when I was sick. And when my mom died, and all of the really crazy fucking challenges that I've gone through in my life have helped me become more aligned with the moment, with the love, the joy, the peace, and the truth. And this is something that we get to do every day. It's a practice. You do not go to the gym once and get great results, just like you do not. And I don't even call it meditation anymore. I sit for at least an hour every day, usually 2 or 3 hours in total. An hour, usually in 1 hour chunks, so 2 or 3 times a day. But what I'm doing is I'm feeling up my emotions and I'm noticing my thoughts. And sometimes there are things going on in our lives that make us angry. And sometimes it's our thoughts that are pulling us into anger. But regardless, the answer remains the same. Be here in this moment. Feel your emotions. Notice your thoughts. And that's going to lead you into the moment. And it's going to align you with the divine. It's going to align you and pull you into the peace. It's going to pull you to the joy. It's going to pull you to freedom. It's going to pull you to those things, but it doesn't mean you stay there. It's a conscious choice with every breath, every moment. What are we doing with our time? Are we engaging with our thoughts, or are we engaging